Hello everybody. My name is Melissa from stampwithmelissa.com, and today I am sharing a super cute card, this one right here, which is part of my Create in Color Challenge. We're on week 28, which is insane, and the colors this week are Basic Black, Mossy Meadow, Pacific Point, Pear Pizzazz, and Smoky Slate. So you can see in this card I used all of the colors except black, which is kind of fun. I feel like black is a color I use all the time, so I didn't want to use it this week. And of course I used some white, and you're always allowed the neutrals. So I'm using the Peaceful Cabin bundle from the new mini catalog. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for my card base, here I'm using Mossy Meadow, and then I've got a piece of Pear Pizzazz and another piece of Basic White. And we're going to start with that piece of Basic White. Now, all of the measurements can be found on my blog post, and the link to that is in the description box below. I'm going to bring in a very messy piece of grid paper just so I can do some blending with my blending brush. And I'm going to bring in my Pacific Point ink. We'll go ahead and open that up, and then this is my blue blending brush, so I use this for all of my blues, and we're gonna go ahead and use this. Now, I could have used Pacific Point cardstock, but I really wanted the Pacific Point to be very light here, so it looked like a sky, which is why I chose to do some blending. So you'll see here that it is Pacific Point, but it looks quite a bit lighter than if I had used the cardstock itself. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I don't have to go all the way down because it's gonna get covered with some paper, but that looks pretty awesome to me. So I'm gonna move those out of the way, and then I'll move this out of the way as well. And then we can go ahead and get started on some more of our card. So I'm going to start with this piece of Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to tear it. So if I bring this back in, you'll notice that I've got kind of this fun like hill and valley look here, and just kind of like those could be trees in the background or something like that. I know I didn't stamp on them, but that's kind of the idea we're going for. And so I actually created this by tearing the pieces. And so I'll show you right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my thumbs and my pointer fingers and just help guide along and tear the top of this Mossy Meadow off. After I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and do it with a piece of Pear Pizzazz. Alright, now that those are done, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my cabin. So I have got the cabin image on a block already, and I'm going to use my Smoky Slate ink to stamp it down. And I thought this was a really awesome set for a masculine birthday card. So I actually made mine into birthday cards. And I don't know how, but I'm running very, very low on my masculine birthday cards. I haven't made any in a while, I guess. And so that's why I wanted to go ahead and make this fun cabin card today. And one of these cards will probably end up going to my uncle, so that's fun. Alright, so then I've got this cabin die. This is just the border die here. I'm going to go ahead and get it lined up on this guy here, and I'm going to use some Post-it note tape. Once I've got this lined up, I'm going to use some Post-it note tape to hold it into place so it doesn't move while I die cut. Just like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and die cut this out. Alright, there's my cabin image. Now we can go ahead and start assembling. So I'm going to take these pieces and I'm just going to kind of lay them out. I'm not gluing anything down yet, but just kind of laying them out to see where I want everything to sit height-wise. That looks pretty good to me, so we'll go ahead and start adhering these. I am going to use my liquid glue, and you'll notice that I had it peeking off the edge of the cardstock here. This Mossy Meadow piece is a bit longer, and that's intentional so that I can use whatever like tear piece I want. So I would recommend, you know, making your pieces a little bit longer than your actual layer. So here's my liquid glue. We'll go ahead and get this one lined up. And see, I kind of want this to complement itself, so we're going to go more like this on this guy. Alright, and then last but certainly not least, I know that the cabin will be adhered. So I'm going to put some glue there, and then I'm going to put some glue on the bottom here, and that's going to allow this to line up where I want it without getting glue all over the place. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of drag this down a little bit because I want both layers of those trees to be seen. And we'll glue that down just like that. So you can see on the back here we've got some trimming to do, so let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm using some bigger scissors here, and I just find that the longer edge helps me to be a little bit more accurate because there's a lot of cardstock to trim off. But you could also use Stampin' Up's snips. I love our snips. I use them for everything except this right now. Alright, so we'll go ahead and trim this off. And while I do this, I am going to mention if you would like to participate in this week's Create and Color Challenge, I would love to see your creations. You can join my Facebook group. The link to that is down in the description box below, and share your creations directly there. Or you can share on social media by using the hashtag Create and Color Challenge. Whichever you prefer, but I do love to see your creations, so in some way, shape, or form, you could even email it to me just so I can see it, because I'd love to ooh and ah over it. I love these color challenges every week, and just recently started doing a video tutorial every Tuesday with the challenge, because I thought that would be kind of fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this layered now onto our Pear Pizzazz piece. Oh, I love these colors together. I'm going to have to make more things with this, I think, with this color combo. All right, then I'm going to add some glue to my Pear Pizzazz, and we're going to get this down on our Mossy Meadow card base. Just like that. We're going to go ahead, I'll close this up, whoops, just for a moment so it doesn't dry out. We're going to fold this, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. Just like that. And then what I've got to do next is stamp our happy birthday and the inside of the card. So I've got a little scrap piece of basic white and my Pacific Point ink pad. Now I'm using this little happy birthday that comes from the Turtle Friends stamp set. However, you can use a little happy birthday from whatever set you want. So pull out anything that you like. And we're gonna go ahead. Got that stamped down. I'm going to move this off to the side, and then all I'm going to do is grab my scissors again, and I'm just going to trim this edge off. I'm going to go straight as I can, just like that. Alright, then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our sentiment and pop this up onto the card base. Just like that. So cute. All right, so now we just have to do the inside of the card. And I'm going to bring in my gross scrap paper again. And I know you can tell it's been well loved. And you can kind of tell that I'm right-handed because everything's over here. Okay, so this is for the inside of the card, and I have got our tree image from that Peaceful Cabin stamp set, and I've got Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and then I'm going to ink up just those two trees there, and I'm going to stamp them here, and I'm going off the border a little bit. Then I picked it up, and so it's still got ink on it, and I'm stamping down again, so it kind of looks like there's trees behind it. That's a fun way to create some shadows if you've never tried that before. Alright, so there's this guy. Move that again, and then we're going to add some glue to the back of this and get it inside of our card. Okay. And there we have it. There's our completed card. Isn't that so cute? I love it. Or I should say, so handsome. I love it. And I love this tearing technique. It would be so cool to create like a mountain range with that. So many possibilities there. here's both of the cards then, and thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to participate in this week's challenge, you can check out all the details down on my blog, and the link to that is down in the box below, or you can just create, you know, a card or a project using these colors as your inspiration. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.